Hello, 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 everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? Paula, I saw where you said, I absolutely love this title. If you only knew how true it was. So, how is everybody doing? So, hiding. So, got 3 people as of right now. It's a pretty busy chat for only having 3 people in there. So far, we got some comments. MB Heritage Farms has showed up first. Paula Wells, of course, she's going to show up pretty early to the party. Tina Ladybug, Jesus is Lord, Betty Jean. Let's see who we got. Evans Family Homestead, how are you? Silhouette Park. Anybody else? Michael Harris, how are you, buddy? Make sure everybody can hear me because I do not have. If you can hear me, say I can hear you. So, anyways, yes. So this is a very, very, very. What are you doing? We got Lala. Lala showed up.
Hello.
Hello, Lala.
You're gonna have to please excuse my I can't see myself.
Well, I mean,
hello.
Hold on. Let's adjust a little bit. There we go.
You see, I'm wearing another goat shirt.
Of course, as usual, Lala has a goat shirt on.
You're gonna have to excuse my appearance. I was doing barn chores and had to come in and rush and get dinner. So, hi y'all.
Yeah, let's see. We got Susan Williams. Michael says hello. So I did not even know. I told you it's gonna be super. Hey
Kyle.
It's very unorganized. I had no idea she was coming up here. We don't even have a script. Where did you guys go? Where did you guys go for the last 4 days?
Oh, we went on quite an adventure. We went to Missouri. Big Rick had some work up there for our other business. And so we drove up there. It was a very long drive.
Yep.
Very long drive. Over 16 hours one way. So it was quite a trek. We got to meet some friends of ours up there though. Hey Paula.
Says you look fine.
I know. She's so sweet. She would tell me I look fine even if I didn't. She said, listen to me. We got to meet some friends of ours. They were having the first annual Missouri Homesteaders YouTuber get together. And so we were able to show up for a little while for that and got to spend some time with our friends, Paula and Kyle, and who you see on here making comments down there. That's what she said. So anyway, we got to spend some time with them, and then we had that really long drive back. So, but it was fun. It was nice. So.
Yeah, you guys left me and Chelsea to do everything chore-wise.
Yes, we did. And they handled it so well. I had one of my babies, one of my problem children.
She's not a problem child. She's just,
She's so cute. She's such a cute little thing.
Takes a little bit more maintenance.
She does. We call her Baby Blue. She is a 100% Kiko doe that was born
Pop says hey.
January. Hey, Daddy. So, and Mama. Anyway, Baby Blue was born in January. She was one of triplets. And she struggled a little bit. Her brother and sister, who grew out really, really well. What are you waving your finger at me for? Oh, I'm supposed to be looking up there. Sorry, guys. So anyway, her brother and sister wouldn't let her eat. And so she struggled a little bit. And then, of course, she got caught out in the rainstorm and she ended up getting pneumonia. So we had to bring her back from that. And so her growth is a little stunted. And of course, she ended up being a bottle baby after about.
She's cute as a button, though.
She was about 4 weeks old when I switched her over to the bottle. Because I tried really, really hard to leave her with Mama, and it just didn't.
Mama at that point, Mama had already kind of thrown her off to the side. Kind of thrown
her off because the other two wouldn't let her.
But she is absolutely gorgeous. She's like this.
She's blue.
She's like this silver blue color.
Yeah.
And she's gorgeous. And then she's very, very petite. There's no. You don't have to look at the rear end to figure out if she's a woman, if she's a doe or a buck. I mean, she looks just like a girl.
She's very feminine,
just like a doe.
But her siblings are in the 30-pound range. Her brother is pretty big. He's 47 pounds, I think now. But when we weighed her this weekend, because while I was gone, she got sick. So, because she's stunted and because she's so small, she's more susceptible to get parasites. And that's what happened while we were gone. So Rick and Chelsea were taking care of her while I was gone. So they had to weigh her to make sure of how much medication to give her. And so she only weighs 14.8 pounds. So
I'm telling you guys, she is really small.
She should be much larger. As a matter of fact, one of my
she just weighs a few pounds more than one of the biggest bucks one of the biggest goats that we've had, baby wise, right?
Yeah, of birth wise for birth weight. Yeah. The biggest one we had was 9.9 pounds.
Yeah, so she's
5
only pounds heavier than him.
Over. But as a matter of fact, I've got a Nigerian dwarf that's older than her, and it's a dwarf. Well, actually, it's young. She's a little bit younger than what Blue is. Blue was born in January, and the Nigerian dwarf was born in February. So the Nigerian dwarf baby is the same size as the Kiko baby, and so that tells you how tiny she is. She's very tiny, but she's healthy, other than her little setbacks that she has every once in a while. But she's the sweetest little thing. She's so happy and bouncy, and she's just cute.
She's very loving. Chelsea made note whenever we were giving her some of the medicine. And it's so easy to give her medicine or give her anything because as soon as you start pushing it through the syringe, she's just, she acts like it's about. Going.
Yeah.
So Paula says, oh, please, Madeline took care of them goats. She did. She did a lot of, she helped a lot, but Papa put her on the assignment of making sure that things got watered.
Yeah, for the garden.
Believe it or not, I tried to step up a little bit this weekend, and Chelsea, being the amazing mom and wife that she is, she does a really good job of making sure that we are fed and have energy and clothes to wear. And so I stepped up. I took care of a lot. And the awful thing is, props to Mom, because she wakes up at the butt crack of dawn every day, every single day, and she goes out there and she feeds these goats. That's when we that's actually when we feed them grain. Grain is in the AM, and then they get some hay in the afternoon, but they get fed in the morning. And I already have to be at work at 6:00, so and then it's a 30-minute drive. And so I had to wake up at like 4:15 in order to get all the chores done. And then in the afternoon, it's not like I can give my 3 children away for a few hours, come home straight to them. So it's definitely a fun 4 days. Like I said, I give you props because that's some stuff. So LG Homestead, how are you? I'm going to try to catch up on some of these comments. So as you can tell, Papa's not here. Papa is taking a leave of absence today. He is tired, and he just needs a little bit more rest. I know we weren't on here last week. Hopefully if all plans come come through. Hopefully we have a guest next weekend, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not going to give out any more information on that. But
we have someone coming to check out some goats.
We do. LG Homestead, Breakaway Homesteader.
Yeah.
How are you all doing? Conrad, how are you doing?
Edward George, that's my daddy.
Yep, Edward George. That's Nina and Papa. So, see who else we got. Roy's Homestead Bees. How are you? Yeah, first time. I was about to say I haven't seen you. I haven't seen you in the live. So welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Me and Papa are doing our third going into our third season with bees. We start off really, really, really strong, and then work and other things usually get in the way, and so you would think that bees are like super independent, which they are. Easy. Don't get me wrong, they are independent. But man, there's a lot of stuff.
But what's funny about that is that they go through this whole thing of trying to catch, catch the bees and all this other stuff. They set up these little their things, and they put in the lemongrass oil and all this other stuff. They go through this whole process of trying to do this, and it's a big deal that they do, and they have to pick where they're going to set it and all this other stuff. So they catch a swarm. So that's been 2 years in a row. Well, this year we go out, and I'm out working in the barn. I keep hearing this humming noise. I'm trying to figure out what it is. And all of a sudden I walk out, and I'm getting zoom, zoom, zoom. And I look up, and there's an old bee box that Rick had
literally taken. Since last year.
Literally just an old bee box that he had taken and said it needed some work done on it.
Yeah, that's the one that fell off the ladder.
It fell off the ladder, and it had a crack in the side of it and all this other stuff. So it's setting up on a cabinet out under his workshop. And I look up, and it has swarmed into this bee box. So they caught that one. And then Big Rick was over working in the garden, and he had a bunch of the boxes set over there on a shelf because he was going to put them out later on. And he's over there working. He's walking around. He keeps getting these bees buzzing him. So he's looking to see where they are. Sure enough, turns around. There's another swarm in one of the bee boxes that he's got sitting on the shelf. So I told him, I said, if you just relax and let it come naturally, you'll be good to go. So
yeah, it's definitely, I don't think it usually works out like that, but man,
I don't think so. But
yeah, we were definitely blessed this year. We got a hive that we have not put in the bee yard. And then we got one that Papa,
he transferred those ones.
Yeah, the ones that were in the shop. So again, Roy's Homestead Bees, thank you for stopping by. That's awesome. Hopefully you guys can hang out for the duration. Jesus is the Lord, as always. Thank you. How to Garden. Hello. Mike Humphreys. I saw
I haven't seen that.
What is that? Mike Humphrey. Mike Humphrey, Way to Go Kennels. Thank you. Hope y'all are doing well. Yes, Conrad. We are.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Conrad, go back up a little bit.
Conrad,
you're going too far now. He's quick with the little spinny thing. I can't figure out what he's doing.
Abandoned bee boxes?
No, it's Conrad Homestead. Go down just a little bit more. No, it's another one. He asked a question about tannins and to answer your question about the tannins that you asked, you're there it is right there. Have you ever heard information about high tannins in certain plants being natural parasite killers? No, I haven't. But are you talking about for goats? Throwing me off here. Told you I'm not real great at being on the lives because I get
no, it's good.
I get distracted.
She loves this is the thing about me and Papa have like a schedule, and it's like written out, and I have one pulled up right now, but it is from 4/14/21 when when Darren from Down Under Farm and Forge was on with us, and Papa was picking out his knife, and so the show notes are really, really, really backed up. And if I go off that, I mean, it would make absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
So
if you're talking about goats for natural parasite killers for goats, there are different things that are recommended to feed your goats. One of them being pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds tend to be a natural parasite deterrent, and pine needles are also.
Yeah, Isaac was he had a metal bucket, and he was going from pine tree to pine. He was going pine tree to pine tree today, just stealing green pine needles off of the trees out on the side yard.
Yeah,
and feeding them pine needles.
And the bark, they'll eat the bark right off the side of the pine tree.
Yeah, I know, and then kill the pine tree.
Well, yeah, but that also is a natural deterrent.
Yeah.
But in answer to your question, there are things that you can feed naturally that will help with parasites, but I don't know
all of them
about high tannins or not. So that I don't know.
But if you do, you should leave them in the comments, and then we can talk about them. Or you could actually, if you wanted to come on for a quick minute or two, you could. We could talk about it. Wanted to stop by Kid Family Farm, out with the family tonight. Ella is 12. Congratulations, Ella. So
that's a big one. You know, people say, 13 and 16. No, 12's the big one.
I know, that's when Madeline started losing her mind at 12.
Oh, stop. Anyway, that's like right before 13. So you're kind of like in that transition time there.
Oh, she's transitioning all right. How big is Magnus now? Mike wants to know. Or no, Paula wants to know.
Paula wants to know how big Magnus. Magnus is 30 pounds.
Yeah, Magnus is getting big.
Yeah.
He still acts like he's about 10 pounds though.
Yeah, but he's getting a little bit feisty, but he's gonna settle down a little bit this weekend. Oh, we banning him this weekend? Oh boy. Yeah.
He won't calm down at first.
And Michael said that he's gonna come out and talk me out of Stormy. Yeah.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that. So
we can talk.
Yeah, I think we either hinted or maybe Papa even gave it away. Something big is happening this weekend. This weekend coming up, where we actually bought an entire herd from a friend of Mama's, much smaller breed of goat than what we are used to taming. Yes. And so I'm
very excited.
Yep. And that means that some of the herd that we have right now, we are going to
we're downsizing the Kikos
quite a bit. Quite a bit. So I mean, it is very difficult. I was talking to Mom, and there's a certain amount of goats that she has been allotted. Can I say that?
No,
allotted? No,
you can't say that.
Not saying that she's been allotted, but there's a certain number of goats that it is preferred.
There's a certain number of goats that Big Rick prefers. So, but here's the deal.
Yeah, take all the blame off of me.
I'm just going to throw this out there. So let's talk chickens, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a certain number of chickens. We had a cap on the number of chickens we could get too.
Oh, we went over that fast.
That did not stick.
Bradley White, how are you?
Yeah.
Good day.
So anyway, we're
getting some
diversifying a little bit, but we're downsizing some, but not terribly a lot. So
we are getting rid of some really, really nice goats. So
that's
one thing. That's one thing that Lala and Papa really spent a lot of time doing, and so does a lot of other people, looking into certain breeds, looking into certain bloodlines, traveling to go get them. Because a lot of them, if you guys are into Kikos, everybody's heard of Outlaw. And some people have heard of what is it, whiskey?
No, that's something else. But there's a lot of different ones.
Yeah,
but
I mean, Stormy is off of the Hobo line.
Yes.
and Hobo is no longer even alive, their original boy. So what Hobo there is left is kind of like a prized possession, and Stormy is absolutely, I mean, she is gorgeous. They're not very tall goats, but they look like miniature cattle.
Hobo,
They're
the
huge,
Hobo
they're
line
big around.
tends to be more short and boxy,
Mm-hmm.
which is what I like. That's my preference. So, yeah. And
yeah,
so,
even when she's not pregnant, she looks pregnant because they look like short sausages.
But I've heard, a lot of people some people like tall meat goats and some people like the short boxy ones. I like the short boxy ones because, as many people say, you can't eat what's between the ground and the toe.
Yep.
So,
let's see. Every time I go to scroll down, it like skips to the comments right now. So I'm trying to keep up with them, but we like to talk. Conrad said a good way to catch bees is with abandoned. Simply Jan. Yep. Is a good way to catch bees is with abandoned hives. So yeah, that definitely showed true this year. Catching a swarm saves so much money. Yeah, we've only actually bought one swarm. We've had one. We had one swarm the first year. We had one swarm the first year, and then we had two swarms. All right. Just taking the heathens downstairs. We had one swarm the first year that Papa had bought. And then we had two the following year, one that we had caught, and then one that we were given. And then this year, we're starting out with two, and both have been caught by us on the farm. So maybe on accident, but that doesn't matter.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
It'll be us and YouTube's little secret. So wonderful meeting you, Lala. That's Simply Jan.
Oh, thank you. It was nice meeting you too.
God provides the bees. Yes, truly. Let's see. Magnus has gotten big. Yes, he has. Yes, Magnus is like I said. I mean, or like Lala said, he might be 30 pounds, but he still acts like he's 10.
Yeah, he's quite. He thinks he's a human baby.
Paula says, I'm enthralled with Lala being on, so waiting on links. Flavors and textures. How are you, dear?
So
all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and my Alabama farm life just came in.
Interested in goats. Go back up just a little bit. It says something about interested in goats. Who was that? Right there. Interested in goats.
Oh yeah,
Email
Paula. She was just,
yeah.
I'm telling you,
Sorry.
Paula stays on that game.
Yeah.
Are they on the available list on the website? I don't think
Not yet.
Not yet. There's still a few things that everybody just wants to.
Who asked that question?
That was. I think it was Mike.
Yeah. Not yet. Yeah. To be honest, I just have not had time. Our business, our business, the one that pays the real bills.
The real bills. The rest of them are fake.
When COVID happened last year, it really whacked us good, let's say. And so we've had to make some major changes to the way that we've done things professionally. And so now that things are starting to get on the upswing again, we deal a lot with attorneys and trials and courts and different things like that. So now that things are starting to open back up and things are on the upswing, we are getting slammed business-wise.
Another hint as to why Papa is not here.
Yes, another hint as to why not. Hey,
my Alabama farm life.
For those of you who don't know, Rick and I, he's the brains and I'm the brawn behind the brains.
I would
both there and here. So anyway,
you make him look good.
Oh, thanks, honey. So he does all of the expert side of it, and I just keep him rolling. So we've suddenly gotten an uptake.
It went from this
down here.
It went from this
to way out. Yeah.
That.
Yeah. Very quickly.
Really quick. Literally
And,
within a matter of a week and a half. 2
Yeah,
weeks.
because the court systems are starting to open back up. So that's putting us in this position of having to make up for lost time. You know, everything's been sitting on the back burner for a year, and now all of a sudden everybody wants.
Which means my shoulders better start growing.
Yeah, so it's been pretty
Pathways
hectic.
Homestead.
So no, that was a long answer to your question, Michael. I haven't had the opportunity to update the page yet.
We'll get there.
But I will make it a point to do so.
Yep. Pathways Homestead, how are you? Crazed Family Homestead. Lone Star Pioneering, how are you? Just don't want to miss anybody. There's actually quite a few. His Way Homestead, how are you doing? There's a lot of people that sometimes are in here, and a lot of times they don't get to stop by. So Bios d'Arc Kiko Bose d'Arc Kiko goats. I know Papa watches him all the time.
All the time. Yep.
Yeah. So again, oh man, we just shot up from like 14 to 22 really quick. So so Paula Wells, I have a lot of things to share with our home on the back one. We have Scott Built coming out tomorrow. Some of the doors don't secure correctly just because, you know, they build these things on unlevel ground. And then whenever they set them up and level everything and put it on cinder blocks, at that point, there's still got to be a lot of adjusting. So he'll be out tomorrow. We have the septic mound, but we do not have the septic in yet. That should be before the end of the week. Electricity is going to be, electrician is coming out. He's the one that's actually going to hook up the water and run the electricity and the piping underground out to the pole. And then good old Okefenokee Rural Power and Electric will be coming out hopefully by the end of next week. And then inspections and all that kind of stuff. And,
yep,
you know, fingers crossed that, you know, hopefully by, say, like the middle of, I know you, I'm welcome. I'm welcome forever, right?
My grandchildren will never be homeless.
Wow. Wow. All right. Well, my days are numbered.
No. You can stay.
Yeah, she's thinking to myself, you're lucky that the YouTube's here. No, so
do you really want me to answer that question?
But we you know, things have been moving along, and I got with the mobile home company and asked them. I was like, listen, I said, you know, you guys sell lot models, and the lot models come with furniture. Chelsea and me have been dying to clear out this storage shed. And so we got it done. We did it on the Saturday that, you know, mom and dad were, you know, skipping school and left me and Chelsea in charge. You know, we got the entire storage unit, which is, I think it's like a 12 by 14. It's a big storage unit. We got the entire thing cleaned out in one day, and it was like Tetris. The way I put everything in there, got it all cleaned out. Unfortunately, it was in there for so long that there were some rodent problems, issues. And so a lot of the things that were not wood were ruined or peed on. And so, you know, unfortunately, I paid a very large sum of money to store my couches and whatnot to get ruined. So what?
Michael made a comment about the buck test. So I was just going to say,
yep, we got our approval our approval and kind of like our
I don't know that
verification.
It's
like a verification.
You send in we're taking our Kiko bucks. We chose the top 4 to take to a buck test up in West Virginia. And for those of you who don't know, it's where they take in they only allow certain age range, and they have to meet a weight requirement and stuff like that. And they take these bucks up and they literally actually give them worms orally with a syringe, I guess. They give them worms and they put them out on pasture.
I'm gonna let you
feed
have
them
it
the
while
same
I
things.
actually get rid of the dogs.
Yeah, that would be good. All right. So what they do is
Go.
my dogs haven't seen me in 4 days, so they're like all up in my business. So what happens is they they put them out on pasture, they feed them the same feed, or you know, everything is done the same for all of those bucks that are in this test. And they check everything, their FAMACHA, which is where they check the anemia levels in their blood, they check their feet, they do all that stuff, and see what their average daily weight gain is and that type of thing. And there's different categories that they look at and rank them in. And then if you score, you know, high in the buck test, then you get the bragging rights. Basically, you know, my buck scored highest in this or whatever. It's something that Big Rick has wanted to do. So we went ahead and did it this time for our breeding season. We're sending 4. There's 2 in particular that I absolutely love. And so one of them, I don't know if Rick's ever told you about this one goat we have. You all know who Rose is. Rose is Rick's nemesis. So
not much anymore. She's cooled down a lot.
She's settled down quite a bit. But anyway, there's a lot of backstory on Rose. So Rose gave us triplets again this breeding season. And one of her boys is just phenomenal. He is thick and he's just really solid, and the structure of his neck and his shoulders and his haunches.
Is that Patrick?
Just beautiful. Is
that the one we call Patrick?
We call him Patrick. And the reason why we call him Patrick is because my grandson Patrick he's the youngest of all of our 5 grandkids. And he's living with us right now, as you know, with Rick and Chelsea. And he's always running through the house yelling, "Ma! Ma!" because he wants his mother for everything. So every time you turn around, he's yelling, "Ma, mommy, mommy." And it's always this yell. Even if she's in the room with him, it's a yell. So I was out at the barn one day and there's this one kid, just one, and he stands out in the middle of the pasture and he can see his mother. He knows what she's doing. And he just stands there yelling at her at the top of his lungs. And one day I was out there and he just kept going at it. And I turn around and I go, "Shut up, Patrick." And ever since that, because he sounds just like my grandson, Patrick. So ever since then, yeah, ma. So ever since then,
hey, Vineyard Chicks.
His name
Boots
is
and Bonnet with Christy.
His name has been Patrick. So Patrick, but I'll tell you, he is turning out to be one awesome looking buckling. So
yeah, she come in, and it was like she was describing an Abercrombie model. She comes in, she's like, "He's so broad, and his neck is so big," and I'm like, "Okay."
He's so solid.
Food Forest Permaculture. How are you doing tonight?
And the dogs are back upstairs.
So as long as she's not trying to sit on my laptop or sit on my computer. So
she's a Great Dane and she likes to, she always wants to sit on everybody's laptop. Can you get that out of there? It's driving me crazy.
What?
So.
Wow. How big is Magnus? Yes.
Yeah.
So she's annoying. She sits on Lala's lap, but she doesn't even sit. She just kind of like backs up to Lala like a dump truck and then unloads her butt on her leg. So and she's trying to do that right now with my desktop.
She's about 140-pound Great Dane, and she thinks she's a Chihuahua. So it's just
horse.
her. I think Rick calls her the house horse. So
I have a quick question. Can I put a turkey with my chickens in the run?
I'm not-
I'm not even going to answer that question. What I will say is what I have seen. We've never had turkeys, but with chickens, what I have seen people do is instead of having like a livestock guardian dog guarding your chickens, I have seen people put geese. And there's one.
What's that got to do with a turkey?
No, I don't know what the purpose of the turkey is.
Probably to raise it and eat it, if I had to guess.
I mean,
I
don't think turkeys are like super.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not even going to answer that question.
Would be.
I would love.
Big question.
I don't even think Papa would know because
he would know because he's researched all that stuff.
We were talking about getting turkeys to do like raise for the community for Thanksgiving, and it just kind of fell through, and we never really did anything. Yee.
Who are you, yee?
Yee and come on homesteading.
And when you do that, the dogs come running up.
That's true, because that's how I call now. Dixie and Monster and everybody else is going to come up. Sorry,
they're all up here.
Didn't even think about it.
So is that flag
Paula Well
from
says,
Rustic Woodworks?
What happened?
Your flag, is that from Rustic Woodworks?
Yes, it is. So we got 2 flags. This is actually
dogs, go away.
I think that was our 1,000 subscriber video. I think it said 1,000 subscribers. And Lala and Papa. I know the thumbnail is Lala and Papa holding it in the front yard. So, yeah, we got that. It has the logo of Lala Farm on it. And then we got one for Steve. What are we laughing at?
Paula.
Thank you, Kimberly. It was driving me a little crazy too. What?
Having that little thing up there on the screen.
Oh. She'll tell you if something's driving her nuts. She'll let you know.
I know.
But yeah, we got one for Steve also with Navy SEAL and all that kind of stuff. So,
yeah, that was pretty cool.
Turkey just showed up here and he went in the run to eat. Looks happy.
Hey, there you go.
I mean, if he's not bothering anything, I mean, I don't see why not. So,
do you have? I'm assuming all of your chickens are full size. You don't have any chicks running around. So I would think that if he was going to bother something, it would probably be the chicks. But
yeah, that's Papa. Papa must be on. He said Lone Star Pioneering, just monitor the turkey for aggressiveness. So, but I mean,
yeah,
hell,
see,
if he went in there and he's acting happy,
yeah,
I mean, just let him be. Let him eat and look happy.
As long as he's not stripping the feathers off anybody.
Yeah, no, all full size chickens. Awesome.
Yeah.
So tamer turkeys won't even bother chicks. So like I said, I mean, I know for guardian purposes, I've seen a lot of people use or co-graze
geese with chickens.
And there's one particular breed of geese that does a much better job of.
Come here.
Do we have a crying 3-year-old?
You gotta stop crying if you're gonna sit in here.
No, we have a crying 3-year-old.
My mom.
Yeah,
Where's
she'll
Mama?
be back.
Oh, she went to Walmart.
Say hi.
Say
Gotta
hello.
stop crying. You can't be crying. Oh, we got booger face.
Say hello. Say hello.
That's how grandmas wipe noses.
You're not gonna say hello? Okay. Can I say hello for you?
Patrick, tell him about Patrick the goat. What does Patrick the goat say?
Mom!
What does Patrick the goat say? Don't play with that. What's Patrick the goat say?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. He says the same thing you do. What do you say? Ah!
Paula says hello, Patrick. Oh, and your best friend, Michael Harris, he says hello too.
Oh.
And Michael's going to be coming back down here in a little bit. He's going to see you again.
Yeah.
You can walk him around the property and show him the new house and all kinds of stuff, huh?
What is he doing?
I don't know.
What are you doing, Michael?
Are you driving right now, Mike? Or I'm sure you're pulled over now. Crazy
See, look,
everybody's saying hello.
Patrick!
Oh, there's Nina and Papa. They said hello.
Oh, Nina and Papa.
Where is she?
They're right here.
there. That's with them. That's that with them saying that right there. They're not here. They're in the computer. So, can you
That will
tell
be-
everybody
that-
what Patrick
That will
says?
be good then.
No.
It will be
No.
tamer easier. Or tamer
No.
easier. So
I want
everybody's
my
saying
mom.
hello to you.
He wants his mom.
So
I
we got
told you,
this.
it's always mama.
Why was there my mom?
So we got, I don't know if you guys have ever seen, but we have, I don't know what it's called, but it's like it's a bike, like a kid's toddler bike.
Oh, it's the
but
one
it has
without.
no-
it
but it
has
has
no
no-
pedals.
Yeah, it has no
Yeah.
pedals.
It's a balance bike, is what it's
Yeah.
called. And what it is it's regular. It's a bicycle with two wheels, just a bicycle, but it doesn't have any pedals on it. They just use their feet to move themselves along. So it teaches them balance, so that when they do get ready to ride a regular bike, they don't need training wheels.
So, well, he's had this bike with no,
Got it for his 2-year birthday.
yeah, and so he's had it for a good little bit now, and he has actually another bike with pedals,
Yeah.
and he just decides not to use it, and he would much rather just ride your baby bike, huh? And I tell you what, he is just as fast on that baby bike as Madeline is with her full size mongoose.
Oh yeah, he can haul.
So he can
Yeah.
haul booty on it. So
Yeah.
balance bikes are cool.
Oh, Michael
Yeah.
Harris is home.
Honestly, I had never even heard. Did I roll over your foot?
You did.
I'm sorry. Are
That's
you
okay.
okay?
I handled it really well.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
my
didn't even
baby
notice
bike's-
until you went.
This
So, but no, they are pretty cool. I'd never even heard of them. And like I said, Patrick had it, and I mean, it took no time at all for him to learn.
Yep.
And now he just cruises along. So, the reason why I'm telling you this, we were in the back, and like I said, we got the septic mound at our house, and it's a good incline. And he was all the way at the top, and Madeline was having a hard time going down with her mongoose. Well, Patrick got right up to the edge, and then literally like faced it like a mountain. And then I was like, Patrick, don't go down there. And he looked back at me and laughed, and then went
Pushed
down.
off. Did he
And
go
so,
down?
no respect.
Did you?
Yeah, but no,
did
he
you
did.
keep your feet up?
Yeah, he went all the
Oh,
way
my
down and kept
goodness.
going like a good 15
Oh, my
foot without.
goodness.
I mean, you're like a little daredevil, man.
Yeah, but I fell down the stairs yesterday.
You fell down the stairs. You didn't fall down the stairs.
Yeah. What's
fell down.
this?
That's a mic. You got talking to it. Say hello, Paula.
I can't say that.
Yeah, you
Why
can
you
say hey,
can't?
Paula.
I
can.
can't.
Can you say hi? Can you say hi, Michael?
I can't say that.
Yes,
Yeah, you
you
can.
can.
So, but yeah, he is. I mean, he's a daredevil, Paula. It's a yeah. We have accidental insurance. So I get paid when they break arms. No, so sorry, I don't get paid when they break arms. No, so but yeah, he loves that. He would rather ride that than he would the big bike. So eventually, he's going to grow out of it to where he can't ride it anymore, and then
Yeah.
at that point, he'll have no other option. So, yeah. No, he did. He literally looked back at me, silhouette. He looked back at me, and he just laughed at me, and then straight down the hill, like I'm not gonna listen. I can make this. And
Yeah. You know what's funny is you want to talk about the one that's a daredevil. You know, this kid, he's a daredevil. He's all right. Rick Isaac, man, that kid has it's bizarre.
if you've
It is
never
bizarre.
seen the short, remember the one when we were at the park, and he had he got stuck in the. He got in one of those. So everybody's been to a county park or a city park or something like that, and you've seen these little toddler swings. Well, Rick Isaac decided that he was going to go in the toddler swing with both feet, but his legs. The bad thing is his legs barely touch. His legs barely touch the ground. So he's sitting there and he's trying to like touch the ground. Now he's stuck in the toddler swing. And it was so funny. I had to record it, and we made it into a short shortly after shorts became a thing.
Yeah. But you want to talk about Daredevil? At the same park, they have those bars that you
Yeah.
go across. You know, with your hands, you swing from one bar to the next. So, and this thing is way up off the ground, so far up that even this big dude has to reach way up high to get
Oh, I
a
have
hold
to
of the
jump.
bars.
I can't even just.
To get a hold
I
of the
can't
bars.
just reach him.
Right. He has to put his arms up and jump. So we're there for a 4-H event. And so of course there's tons of kids around. And the kids are all playing and having a great time. And thankfully we live in a small community that you can let your kids run and play and you know, be a little bit free, more so than some places. And so we're all doing our thing, and I hear someone saying something about Ricky, do it, Ricky, do it. And I am just so I'm looking around to see what he's doing, because you never know. He's usually climbing trees. So you look over, and here Rick Isaac is standing on top of those bars and walking across the bars, just like it's nothing, just walking across those bars. And of course, you know, me, I'm start yelling at him.
He's a.
So, but his dad actually goes over there to get him down. And when we finally got him down, because of course, you know, he can't reach up there and just grab him. So he had to find a way to squat down and get down and jump into his dad's arms. We finally get him down, and his dad said, "What were you thinking? What did you do that for?" And he said, "Because the other kid said I couldn't do it."
Yep. Yeah,
So
he is.
like, uh-oh.
Yeah, he's definitely a gullible one. So, Best
Yeah.
Life, how are you? Recyclable Homestead, Brenda Baker, how are y'all?
Yeah,
So,
Paula.
There was another one. Remember the one when we were at our old house? We were at our old house, and we had a magnolia. I think it was magnolia. Yeah, it was a magnolia in the backyard.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, he found this bungee cord.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
He found this bungee cord.
Hello.
Well, decided to put the bungee cord on the back, like the back belt buckle of his pants, or the back belt loop of his pants.
Yeah.
And
Oh! Yawn.
the back belt loop of his pants. And when he did that, it ended up. When he did that, he ended up falling out of the tree. Well, he had the bungee cord attached to the tree itself. And so it went ahead and caught him. It gave him the most serious wedgie that you could
he
possibly.
wouldn't say it. He
Yeah.
wouldn't say it. But the thing of it was, is he had been watching YouTube videos of people doing bungee jumping off bridges and stuff, and he decided he was going to do it out of the tree.
Yep.
So, yeah, he's a
Man,
tree
Papa,
climber.
you look grumpy.
Huh?
You look grumpy.
No, I'm not
He's
grumpy.
tired. No, he's a tree climber. Rick Isaac, man, if he can get up a tree, he's gonna get up a tree, and he ain't afraid of heights. That's for sure. So
No, we got the big tree in the back, like that cluster of trees.
yeah.
And Rick Isaac has already deemed it. If you go back
Yeah.
there, it's kind of funny. Maybe I'll take you back
They
there
like
on
your
one of the
back
next videos that we put
Yeah.
out. But
They like
it's
your-
actually
they like
quite
your
funny
glasses.
because he has taken other large sticks that he has just
Yeah,
conjured
limbs.
around the yard, and he has placed them strategically in places that will make it easier for him to get higher into the tree.
Yeah.
And so I went out there week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Me and Chelsea are doing something on the inside, measuring rooms, and before we went to the store and started planning stuff out. And I look over and I hear Rick Isaac. You know, I hear him rustling the trees are shaking, and I'm like, I look over at the tree. You know, of course, you have like a safe zone
Yeah.
that you look at, because you're like, my kid is not insane enough to go above
Yes, he is.
the safe zone. I'm looking and looking and looking, can't find him. I don't know where he's at. I had to go under the tree and look up, and he was. I'm not even going to tell y'all how high he was. He was in the unsafe zone. He was out of the safe zone, and so I quickly mentored him down.
Yeah.
And said some encouraging words about staying alive
Yeah.
for several more years.
So Madeline was telling me about they were playing, and
I used to do the same thing, Boots and Bonnet.
they were playing tag. Her and Rick Isaac were playing tag out there, and Rick Isaac decided that, you know, every time Madeline would try to catch him, he'd scurry up that tree real quick. And of course, Madeline, I said, well, why didn't you go up the tree? She said, because he goes so much faster than me. And once I got up there and tagged him, then he'd get down faster than I could tag him back. And I said, oh, okay. I said, well, why don't you go up the tree? And she goes, oh, no, I'm not going to climb up the tree. I said, Madeline, are you afraid of heights? And she said, I'm not afraid of heights. I'm just afraid of falling.
Yeah. No, it's actually, it's quite funny. Madeline is, Papa's said it in the past. You very rarely get to see Madeline's like true personality because she just kind of hides it from people.
Yep.
You know, it took her a day to really kind of lighten up towards Michael whenever he came and visited us, Michael Harris. It took her like a day to kind of lighten up towards him. And she is a very, very, very street smart child. She has a lot of street
common
smarts.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more common sense than most adults that I know.
Yes. And so her brother and her were playing tag, just like Lala was saying. And Madeline, he was climbing a tree it's actually where the bee yard is now. He was climbing that tree. Well, Madeline, like Lala said, she has zero interest in climbing a tree. So she decides that she's just going to walk over to the back porch and sit on it and stare at her brother. And her thought process is eventually what went up must come back down.
Yeah.
And she sat there for 30 minutes waiting for him to come out of that tree. And whenever he did,
Yeah.
she got him.
Because
So-
she'll sit there forever and watch it. He'll get distracted by other things and just scurry down the tree or whatever. So
Our twin grandson, Brenda Baker says, our twin grandson scared us one day because we couldn't find them and they had found a way to get on top of the house.
oh no. No. Nope.
But then they couldn't get down. LOL, they were about 8. Yeah.
Oh, see that I would just take so much pleasure in.
Remember that day Rick Isaac was out in the pasture and we couldn't find him? He was actually hanging by his belt from the tree.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
that was that
Yep.
time that he got
He had climbed a tree and then fell out of the tree, but instead of falling to the ground, he got hooked on a branch that had broken off. So he's literally hanging by his belt from the tree about 10 foot up in the air. And he could not get down because he couldn't reach around to get
and he
himself
didn't
up.
want to call for anybody because he was afraid he'd get in trouble.
Yep. He
So
knows, and that's the other thing. He knows
He hung from the
knows
tree
what's
for an
right.
hour.
He knows what's right and he knows what's wrong, but he will he will go to his grave
Yeah.
with so many secrets. Because he just absolutely refuses. If he knows that he's going to get in trouble, he absolutely refuses to ask for any kind of help.
No, he won't.
He is dead set on getting himself out of. He's dead set on, if he gets himself in a predicament, he's dead set on getting himself out. He wants no help whatsoever. So here he is, like Papa said, hanging from a tree
They were
by
out
his
there
belt.
yelling for him.
And this is not, by the way, this is not the bungee cord incident. This is something totally different.
This is
totally
him
different
just
time.
falling out of the tree.
Falling out of the tree and a limb caught his belt loop, and now he's just hanging there.
And
And
everybody's
so-
out there yelling because we couldn't find him anywhere. And here he is.
Yep.
No, he's not answering anybody. He's just hanging up in the tree.
Yep.
So
He's
Yeah.
probably there an hour at least.
yeah, he was up there for a while. He was trying to figure out how to get down, but he couldn't get his body twisted.
Yep. I know he had.
And the thing of it is you would think, him falling like that and hitting the tree and catch him for a minute and then it'd break off and he'd fall down. But he don't weigh much more than a feather, so
Nope, it caught him, and he was just hanging there.
he'll
So.
just hang there. So
What, buddy?
Daddy,
What, buddy? Nope, you can't watch TV up here because we're doing a live right now. So,
great night.
what?
Rick Edward learned that from me when I was younger. I was riding on top of a hay wagon and a tree slipped underneath my belt, and here I am hanging in the tree.
Yep.
Yeah. I've never heard that story, Daddy.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's funny when you're in, like, I mean, I'm gonna go into this later on. I mean, I had an epiphany, while coming back from Jacksonville yesterday, and I'll share it, right before we leave in probably about 5 minutes. But that's the thing. You living in the country, and that's, you entertain yourself by up north. They have tons of rocks, and they're like those flat stones that you can throw and skip on ponds. And that's how you entertain yourself, or running through the creek, or climbing trees, or waiting for snow and then finding a trash can lid, and, building a sled, or the numerous things that the numerous really dumb things that my dad did to keep himself occupied. He's telling me about a hill one day, Dad. The hill that you went,
hill that goes across the road, that street, and
you literally flew.
Yeah.
They used to.
This is when we were sledding up in New York.
Yeah,
we'd have our crossing guards, so that when we come off the hill on ice patches, that we could go across the state highway without getting killed by a car. So we have to get flagged to start the hill.
Yep.
Yeah, we used to do all kinds of crazy stuff too. So, but anyway, I'm glad we live in the country, because our grandkids get to do all kinds of crazy stuff when they're out here. So when my other two granddaughters were staying with us when their daddy was overseas, and Rebecca and the two girls were here, it was funny because when they first got here from San Diego, they would not even leave the concrete steps to go into the grass, because they were terrified of ants and other bugs. So when they were here one time, they were staying with me because their mom was doing something, and I had the girls for the weekend, and I had them out at the barn, and that was a whole nother adventure, was getting them to be out in the barn and do stuff, because of getting dirty and chicken poop and goat poop and everything else. Well, we're out there one night or one afternoon, and it starts pouring down rain. I mean, it was just pouring. And so, of course, here in Florida, when it rains like that and all the puddles fill up and everything, and the girls were like, "How are we going to get back to the house? It's raining. And I said, "A little rain ain't going to hurt you." So I went out, and trying to be the silly Lala that I am, I danced in the rain, and they thought I was crazy. And then I jumped in a mud puddle, and they thought that was even more crazy. But once I got them out there doing it with me, those girls stayed out in the rain, in the mud puddles, for nearly 2 hours. And when we brought them in, they had mud from
the pictures were awesome, because I mean, they're city kids.
At the time they were, yeah. And it was like, for them to witness them experiencing that for the first time was just something that, makes your heart fill with joy, because you get to see them come out of their shell and enjoy it. So now when they come out here, Mom always brings extra clothes, because she knows the girls are going to be playing in the dirt piles, and they're going to ask me if they can take the hose so they can make mud pies, which they had never done before, and they thought that was the neatest thing. So that's one of the greatest things about living out in the country, is our grandchildren getting to go out and just raise hell in the farm and have a good time. So
Brenda Baker, that is a Great Dane. That's Ellie. She doesn't get a lot of camera time, because they're
she's a big girl.
You got Ellie, which is a Great Dane, and you got Hazel, which is a boxer.
Ellie Mae.
You got Hazel, which is a boxer, and neither one of them are really farm dogs. Then you got Boone. You guys see Boone, Betsy, Dixie, and Monster all the time. Those are true. Those are true farm dogs. Yep, that's Ellie right there.
There's Ellie Mae.
She's a big girl.
She looks a lot shorter.
She looks shorter on the video, but she's actually taller than his desk. So I
think Paula wants to see you dancing in the rain. Paula Wells says, "I hope it rains when I come now."
Paula, when you get here, if it's raining, If it's raining, we're going to be doing some mud puddle jumping.
Tug.
So we'll dance in the rain together. How's that?
Here's Hazy. That's
There.
our boxer.
Hey.
Yep, that's Hazy, the boxer, and that's Dad's pile of trash in the background.
Yeah,
This is Rick Isaac,
I gotta go.
Smallest of bricks.
the smallest of Ricks.
Yeah.
But all right,
Boom.
well, don't
The
jump
Rick
on the
the Rick that is the son of Rick.
Yep. Who is the son of Rick? Who is the son of Rick?
Me?
No,
dog. No.
you're the son of Rick. I'm the son of Rick, and Papa's the son of Rick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Mama. Okay.
So yeah, we got. I mean, there is a lot. There's a lot, Vineyard Chicks. We have, like I said, Ellie Mae is the Great Dane. She's just a monstrosity of a dog. Then you have Hazel. She's the boxer, and then you got that one. That's Boone, the dog with no manners whatsoever.
I
don't even think he's-
farm
Look at
dog.
you.
Dad, when is the last time that Boone had a leash or
He's
a
never-
collar?
Oh my gosh.
He only has a leash when he goes to the vet and
Yeah.
He fights the whole time.
He fights the whole time. He's
Yeah.
not a-
Well, he
he's not a
doesn't
dog.
fight. He doesn't like it.
Yeah, he
So
did.
he's cooperative, but he doesn't like it. Boone does not like to leave the farm. When you put him in, he'll ride in the truck. He loves to go to the dump and stuff like that. But he doesn't. He's not comfortable off the farm. He gets pretty anxious. He wants to be back here. He has the run of the joint. So
Yeah, he is a farm dog. And then you got Boone is a lab. He's a black lab. I call him Needle Nose because he's got a weird looking face in reference to other labs. Then you got Monster Boy, who he is a blue pit mastiff mix.
Mhm.
Then you got Dixie. She is a blue heeler border collie. By far the smartest dog that is on the farm. And then you have Betsy, who she's outside. That's the farm. That's the livestock guardian dog, who does a lot of chicken guarding, and not so much goat guarding. But she does fend off what does make it on the property, so they never really even get a chance to get to the goats. So that is the good thing. But yeah, she protects her chickens now. So, somebody, yeah, normal people. So this is
Pathways says normal people have messy houses.
so this is
I'm
so
not
that's
normal.
I was about to say. So this is the funny thing. So Papa just panned the camera down to the dogs
And I
and
cringed.
showed the only messy part of this house. That's it. That's other than that, Mom is notorious. Yeah, there you go, Mom. Yeah, Mom is notorious for that's Papa's I'm done with that.
Discards.
I'm done with that sheet of paper pile.
She's not allowed back here.
Yeah, so
I
that's
usually
Papa's,
don't come upstairs. It stresses me.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he literally panned to the only messy part of this entire house. Other than that, like I said, Lala is notorious for keeping it could at any point we could have company or even have like a tour of the house. It looks like it's being sold all the time. It does. Especially when I got Oofy, the robot vacuum cleaner.
Oh, you're so proud of that thing.
I do. I don't know if you guys have ever tried like making a video or like going out and mowing the grass and vacuuming inside at the same time, but I can do that. I can multitask.
So he comes home. When they bought their home, they got no carpet. And that's how I was when we got this house. I do have carpet upstairs because they couldn't tile up here. But the whole bottom floor, we live in Florida. We live in sand, and I have 5 dogs on the property. So that tells you why I don't have carpet. So, and like when Nina and Papa come, they bring George. And when my brother and sister-in-law come, they bring their 2 dogs, which they usually don't come in the house. But so yeah, I've got dogs here all the time, and we're always out at the barn, and we're always tracking in sand. And
Well, they got two
Everything
They got
else.
two yappy dogs. Jimmy and Lee.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, they got two yappy dogs that our dogs would eat for an
Yeah.
appetizer.
So
So
anyway, so I don't have carpets. So Rick Edward went and got this little Ubi.
it's a AEFY
Oofy.
robotic.
Oofy
Yeah, I
is
just
what
call them Oofy.
The kids call it Oofy. And
Fall it
so
around like it's a dog.
he decided that he was going to put it in our house first because Hazel, our boxer,
God,
she has a
she
disorder.
sheds like a banana peel.
Well, she has a nervous disorder. She's very high anxiety. The slightest thing. If you move the couch 5 inches to the left, it's gonna freak her out. It's just her.
Hazel's the one that I did those shorts about
Close
with
pops,
where we
camera
simply changed her water bowl. She's still
Close
6
pops,
months later is
camera
afraid
feed.
of her water bowl.
Is he echoing, Paula? I think Paula's
Paula's fussing at you, Rick.
either that or you might be talking too loud also.
Anyway, she's very anxious all the time. So Rick Edward decides he's going to bring Oofy in.
Oh, it was hilarious.
Started up here, and oh my gosh, that was a
he
trip
was sleeping.
to watch. Oh, he was sleeping.
Paula's getting on
So-
to you for sleeping.
Anyway, he started it here, and she just went crazy.
Oh, yeah, she followed around,
but-
nudging it with her nose.
Nudging it with her nose and everything. So yeah, Oofy's a trip, and
Yeah.
it's a way. So Rick Edward thinks that he thinks that, and he's right. It is helpful, but he takes great pleasure in telling me that he
I
ran
vacuumed
the
the floor.
vacuum cleaner
I did.
while I was at work.
I did.
I-
I vacuumed. You guys were gone 4 days, and I vacuumed 5. And I did a really good job. And I only got stuck under the couch once.
So, but yeah, he takes great pride in telling me that, hey, Mom, I vacuumed the floor for you.
Yeah, I vacuumed the floor and I mowed the yard at the same time. Yeah.
So, but yeah, he's helping me out. Quit spitting. That's gross.
It's coffee. So I'm not going to keep you guys on much longer. So tonight we're not doing a giveaway. It's just kind of hanging out with my surprise guest that I did not know was coming, and Papa, who I definitely didn't think was coming. Then we had Patrick and Rick. But I just want to close this out with my epiphany. All right. So
Oh Lord, here we go.
we had to go get that couch. We had to go get a couch because the couch that we had in our storage unit, like I said, got eaten by rabbits. Or by rats, not rabbits. I don't know why I said rabbits. It got eaten by rats. We don't have rabbits in the storage unit. And we're on our way back from Jacksonville, which is the big metropolitan city that we live very close to, about 30 minutes. And that's pretty much where everything is at. So, and I'm fine with driving there. But I love Baker County. So we're on our way back, and a drive that my wife does every single day, rush hour traffic, bumper to bumper, sitting on top of a bridge, can't go any. I mean, it is just lack of other ways. It's hell, in my opinion. And so I went ahead and I called her and I said, just being funny, I said, kids, this is what I call insane, or this is what you call too many people. And then I got into Baker County 30 minutes later, and I called her again and I said, and kids, this is what I call sanity and regulated blood pressure. And I say that because, me and Papa, we canceled the live last week. And to be honest with you, I literally made the thumbnail for this video maybe an hour before we went live. We have no script. We have no question to do a giveaway. This was literally from start to finish, off the cuff, had no schedule whatsoever. But with that being said, don't take this the wrong way, Dad. But concentrate on the important things in life. I'm 30, I think 33 years old. Still got a lot.
You're 33.
I'm pretty sure I'm 33. But I got a lot of life left in me. And so does Papa, and so does Lala, and Chelsea and whatnot. But I literally about brought myself to tears thinking that life is short. And concentrate on the things that matter. Spend time with your family. You can work your ever-loving butt off to support your family, and you can work your ever-loving butt off to make a name for yourself. But at the end of the day, if you don't get to spend time with your family or the people that mean the most to you, and I'm not talking about staying inside all day long and playing board games. When our Saturdays and Sundays are here, we work our ever-loving butts off on this farm. And whether it's mowing, whether it's working with Lala getting goats moved, or working with Papa getting his garden prepped and fixed and made up to where we can plant, or trying to keep it chicken proof and keep the chickens out, from
Damn chicken.
Yeah, chickens. We're out there as a family and we're working together. And so I don't even really count that as work. I mean, we love doing that. And being in the city, and I'm not bashing city folks whatsoever. If that's you, then by all means, that's you. Embrace it, whatever. But I love our very slow pace of living. And I really just encourage you guys to, time is precious. Don't take advantage of it, or take advantage of the time that you have, but don't take advantage of it in the sense that don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted in the sense that, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it. And then you never do it. And, Chelsea said something to me that really made me feel good inside. I'd love a house, like a site-built home. But we were sitting back there in our mobile home, our double wide, and she said, I feel like I've accomplished something. And that made me feel good.
Yeah.
And so I don't need nothing spectacular. I got everything that I need on this farm. And I just, like I said, I encourage you guys to go out, find what means the most to you, and make the best of it, and hang out with your people as much as you can, and don't take for granted what you got, or take advantage of what you got. Don't take for granted what you got. So anyway,
he's getting verklempt.
Yep, I need to stop. So thank you guys. Thank you, Pops, for coming on, and Lala for showing up on a whim and not letting me talk.
I want to leave you hanging in the wind.
Yeah, it would have been fun talking to you guys for an hour and 13 minutes by myself. Probably have like 2 people.
Well, hopefully things start slowing down at work. But
yeah, poor guy. He's worn out. So, but we'll keep it in line.
Yep.
So,
guys, thank you very much for watching. Like Papa always says, make sure you guys treat others as you would like to be treated.
Hey, little Frenchie.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Did you see we have Michael Keener and Michael?
We did. Yeah, we saw that. Bye, everybody. Thanks for showing up.
Bye, guys.